Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to cover my top 10 best brand new communities that you might want to target if you're looking to make the move to the Phoenix metro area here in 2024. There's a lot of factors to consider when it comes to what I would say are the best brand new communities. We're going to talk about that, but we're seeing a lot of people focus on new construction when coming out here and realizing that the resale inventory is still very low, affordability is low, your options are limited, so a lot of people are thinking that new construction might be the way to go. So we're going to cover the top 10 best communities I think you might want to look at. If you think that might be helpful, then stay tuned. All right, we're going to get right into the list, but I do want to give you guys kind of a heads up on how I grade these. I'm looking for a combination of 5 things. Number 1, location. Number 2, views. Number 3, availability. Number 4, amenities. And number 5, I'm looking at the builders. That is a huge criteria for me. Those 5 kind of bring in the overall value in my end. And then as far as price points, what I'm going to give you is kind of across the board. So I'm going to give you 10 communities pricing that starts in like the 400s that goes up into the multi-million-dollar range. So we're going to break that down and go community by community. Let's take a look. All right, let's start off with some of the more affordable communities that I have on this list. I've got 3 communities that will give you prices starting under $500,000, and the first one that I wanted to target here was Radiance at Superstition Vistas by DR Horton. This community is actually out in Apache Junction, so it is just on the east side of Mesa. The border of Mesa kind of ends right here. You're about a mile right behind Eastmark, so if you've been targeting the Eastmark community but you want something that's a little bit more affordable in the price range, Radiance offers quite a bit of options for you. So I really enjoyed getting out there and kind of touring, looking at the views that are out there. It's a beautiful area, and you're kind of surrounded by the Superstition Mountains, and so you've got a lot of good mountain views. They've got some nice amenities that will be coming up for the people that are out there, and you're really close access. I like the location because you're close access to get to the 202 freeway. So if you need to get in and out of areas very quickly, it gives you access to that. And you also have all of the kind of the shopping and everything that's right around Eastmark. So I think there are a lot of advantages of what's going on over in this area, over in this southern portion of Apache Junction, and there's going to be a lot more growth coming up. So definitely a place that you guys should target and kind of keep an eye on. And I'll show you also as well when it comes to pricing. If we look at just some of the listings that DR Horton has for some of their homes that are coming up, you can start in the 300s. So they've got one listed for $385, a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,500 square foot plan that you can start in the high 3s. So from an affordability perspective, I think this community kind of gives you a lot of good options. So if you're looking in that price point, I would definitely check out this community. All right, number 2 on my list, we are actually staying in Apache Junction. We're just going a little bit further east, and we're going out to the brand new community of Blossom Rock. As of right now, Blossom Rock has not started selling, but you can go in, kind of get a general idea on what the neighborhood is going to look like. This developer put Eastmark together, so it's probably going to have a lot of the same amenities and style that Eastmark has. There are a lot of opportunities when it comes to single family homes and even townhomes and that type of thing. So we don't have pricing yet, but I'm anticipating you're probably going to start, especially, you know, with a lot of the things very similar to what you're seeing, maybe even at Radiance, getting under 400 for like townhomes and stuff like that. Maybe starting a little bit higher in the single family homes, but this community should be popping up soon. We'll kind of show you a little bit of footage here to kind of give you a general idea what it looks like. I'm going to keep an eye on this community, let you know when it's coming up, when it starts selling, but I do want you to keep an eye on it if you're looking for homes here in 2024. We think it's going to be a fantastic community and probably a good chance to get in on the ground floor. Let your equity grow around you if you get in soon. All right, next up on my list takes us all the way from the East Valley to the West Valley, and we're going out to Buckeye and looking at Verado. Now, Verado, as many of you know, is not a brand new community. Verado's been around for a little bit, but there are still some new subdivisions that are going in. So if you're looking for brand new homes and you're looking for some opportunities, you can still find some stuff within Verado that give you brand new construction. So I wanted to include some communities that maybe already might be established, but still offer you some decent amount of availability and options when it comes to brand new homes. So I think Verado is a good place for that. Obviously, Verado has tons of amenities. It's got a great location when it comes to just being right off the I-10 here. You can get in and out of places pretty easily. There's some amazing views. The community is always set up nicely. You're really established when it comes to having an area that gives you kind of some easy shopping and dining options, and then being able to get into other areas of town if you need to as well. So if you're looking for amenities, you're covered on that. And then let's just kind of take a look at what we're talking about with some of the new construction that's going on. You can actually start here. These are new builds, as you know, some of these spec builds that can start under 400,000. You see stuff here in the high threes, that type of thing. So not that much stuff in the threes, mostly kind of starting in the fours to mid fours. But again, from a affordability level, that gives you some options and also gives you location, amenities, views, and everything that you desire. I think that Verado is another place to continue to target here in 2024. All right, real quick, you guys, as we go through this list, I would definitely love to get your feedback. Let us know down in the comments below what area you're targeting here in the Phoenix metro area, and let us know kind of a general price range you're looking for. You give us the feedback, we'll go out and kind of search that for you, hopefully do some videos that might be helpful to you in the future. All right, so now we're gonna get into some communities. These are gonna be communities that are gonna be starting in the $500 to $1 million range. So we'll give you a good assortment of some of these, and we're gonna start down here in the South Gilbert area, and we're gonna look at the Waterston Central community by Tri-Point Homes. This is another community that I got a tour recently, and this is the third and final phase of the Waterston community that Tri-Point is doing. And you can kind of get a general idea, kind of looking at some of their previous communities. If you take a look at their website, you can kind of get a general idea of what the community is going to look like, how it's going to come together. I took some footage of that I'll show you. We'll bring it up on screen here so you can get an idea. But when it comes to, again, location, amenities, I really do like the build quality of what Tri-Point is doing. And, you know, overall value, I think there's a lot of interest in being in the South Gilbert area. You can get to so many places that you want to be at within a short period of time in this location. So I think there's a lot of advantages there. Definitely make sure to keep it on your radar if you're looking in that $500 to $1 million range. All right, so now we're going to head up to the far northwest corner of the valley. We're going to head out to Peoria, just outside of 303 here, and we're going to take a look at Vistancia. And similar to Verado, Vistancia is a well-established community. There's a lot of people that are already living out there and love it. A lot of great views, a really nice location as far as getting access into the 303. It's just a beautiful community all around. So there are some still new home construction opportunities that you can still, from an availability perspective, there are still some opportunities that look pretty good up in Vistancia. So definitely keep it on your radar. If we kind of take a look at where you can start, you can see some stuff starting in the low fives. That, what are you going to find? Sort of 3-bedroom, 3-bath, about 1,800 square foot in the low fives that you can kind of start and that type of thing. So if you're okay with being up in that far northwest corner, it is a beautiful area. It's going to take a little bit of time if you want to get into like downtown Phoenix, getting into the airport, that type of thing. But if you work remotely and you just like to be in an area that has a lot of amenities, beautiful views, and just is very well developed, I think Vistancia is a great spot to check out. So now let's stay in Peoria, and we're gonna go a little bit east of where we were in Vistancia, and we're gonna check out this community called Aloravita. This is a new community that I recently was able to find actually through a client of mine who introduced me to it, and I got a chance to go tour it, and I thought there were a lot of positives for people to check out. Most of the communities are actually not for sale just yet. They are building some models right now. I think Pulte is up there. They have a sales office that is open and they're up and running, but I think both Shea, DR Horton are still in progress of like getting into their next phase for sale. So these are going to be communities that you might want to keep an eye on. We'll have some opportunities to open them up here in the near future. So keep an eye on that. Again, I'll show you some footage of what's going on. You still have really nice views kind of the mountain preserve right behind you. And again, from an access point of view, you're about 15 minutes to get out to the 17, about 10 minutes to the 101. So you still have some good access in and out of getting in and out of Glendale, Phoenix, that type of thing. So a nice new community to kind of keep an eye on. They started a phase not too long ago, and so they're kind of getting into the next phases. Definitely check it out. And then let me give you an idea of pricing real quick here. If you're looking at some of the stuff that's going on, you can get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath around 1,800 square foot starting in the 560 range. So keep an eye on that. So if you're starting in the 500 to 700 range, Aloravita is definitely something to keep an eye on. All right, let's continue heading eastbound up in the north part of Peoria and Phoenix. If you actually cross the border to get into Phoenix and you head down Happy Valley and you cross over the I-17 here, you're going to end up at Union Park at Norterra. This has been a very popular spot for several of the clients I've been working with lately when we're targeting some new homes and finding, you know, a good balance of location, views, amenities, and just overall value. So here at Union Park, you're gonna find a couple different options. You're gonna find some kind of townhome style plans. Ashton Woods has some townhomes that are coming up that you're gonna start in kind of the mid 500 range that you can get in brand new. And then there's also a couple other builders that we really like. David Weekly and also Cachet Homes are building some single family homes. Those are gonna start in the 800 to 900 range and go up from there. There's some really nice floor plans and some just a good area overall. So make sure to keep Union Park on your list. They are going to have some decent availability kind of going through the rest of the year. I believe they'll probably be sold out by the end of the year this year, but still a beautiful community and one to keep an eye on for sure. All right, number 8 on my list, we're going to stay in North Phoenix. If you're looking at Union Park, you might be looking over here at Talon at Desert Ridge as well. This is a really cool little pocket just north of the 101, right on the east side of kind of where Desert Ridge is. You've got the city north area up here, Desert Ridge Marketplace, and a lot of the brand new communities. I want to show you kind of the backdrop here because you got all of this land right around here. This is just kind of state land. This will not be developed anytime in the near future. And so you kind of come up here off of 56th Street and you just are kind of tucked in this little pocket here. And so it's a cool little area. It's very nice. You got beautiful views. You're really close to a lot of nice things here in North Phoenix. One of my favorite places here at the JW Marriott to go to. And again, like when it comes to shopping and dining, a lot of things to be desired. Now, the builders there, a lot of them are getting sold out. I think you've got Blandford Homes that's going to have a few homes remaining here in 2024. Pulte might have a few that are coming up here in 2024. DR Horton has the majority of the lots that are left. And so the majority of stuff that's going to be within this area here is probably going to be DR Horton. Shea is all sold out and that type of thing. So they're going to have more limited options versus what we've seen over the last year. But I still think it's a great community to keep an eye on if you're looking for the best of both worlds and you're looking for location, value, views, and amenities, that type of thing. Keep an eye on Talon for sure. And then real quickly, let's kind of look at some of the pricing here. So at Talon, because of location, everything they're offering, you're going to be starting in the 800 range. So keep that in mind. So you're probably going to be anywhere in the 8. I've even seen some of the resale communities from Shea that have gone up to like 1.4. So keep that in mind as far as the pricing on where you're going to potentially land when looking at Talon. All right. So for the last 2 communities, I wanted to give you guys a couple things to look at when it came to the $1 million plus point. There are a lot of people that are coming in that are looking for new construction in the little bit higher price point. And so I wanted to pick out a couple of communities to target. Honestly, there are so many communities that you could look at. And so I give you these 2 with a slight caution of like, there are some really good positives when it comes to these communities. And I thought they had a lot more availability and they have some, again, the combination of what they have with cars, location, views, amenities, that type of thing. I think there was a lot to offer in these communities, but there's a lot more to look at if you're in this price point. So let's have that conversation. For number 9, I'm going to do a combination of Sereno Canyon and Storyrock. They're both kind of right next to each other. They're kind of tucked away a little bit off. If you come off of Pima Road and then driving down Happy Valley, which is currently under construction right now, and you kind of come all the way out into this little pocket area in North Scottsdale, you kind of get to what's going on here in Sereno Canyon, Storyrock. You've got Toll Brothers and David Weekly who are building out there. A lot of cool designs. There's a lot of options as far as what you can get into. If we kind of take a look at some of the stuff that they have listed right now, you can see these 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,200 square foot. These are kind of twin homes that share a wall. That's going to start in the like 1.4 range, and then you're going to go up and you can see stuff obviously elevate from there. Or you can go in and pick out a lot and start from scratch. So I do think there are some amazing views over in Sereno Canyon, Storyrock. It's definitely something to keep on your radar. I do have a lot of people that might think that they're a little bit too far out. So if you're in that camp, I totally understand that. But it did hit all the marks that I'm looking for when it comes to kind of my top communities. So I wanted to keep it on the list. All right, number 10 on my list. This was a hard one to choose from. I had to try to figure out so many things that I thought would be important to have for this list. We're going to head up to Desert Mountain in North Scottsdale. I'm seeing a lot of availability for brand new construction. This is on the higher end. This is the $2 million plus price point. There's a lot of opportunities there. So for anybody who's looking for some of the things that Desert Mountain has to offer, again, when it comes to amenities, views, location is going to be a little bit further up, but a lot of people really kind of like being up here in North Scottsdale to kind of have the views that you do, kind of looking into the city. It's so much quieter up there. You have a little bit of difference when it comes to temperature. You're probably about 10 degrees temperature difference when you kind of get that far up north. And so it's a different environment altogether. There's just a lot of things that people like about Desert Mountain. If we take a look at kind of what some of the new construction is starting at here, again, we're going to start 2.7, 2.8, 2.9, 3 million plus, that type of thing. So again, a lot of opportunities. If you're looking at that price point, there are so many more things that we need to have a conversation about to figure out what makes sense for you. There's just a lot of communities that just don't have the availability and maybe have some challenges here and there. Those are the things that we want to talk about. But Desert Mountain made the list. There's definitely a lot to like about it. All right, guys, hopefully that list is helpful for you to kind of give you a general starting point on what you should look for when it comes to some of the new communities here in the Metro Phoenix area. There are a lot more to explore, so I don't want you to think that there aren't more opportunities. There's definitely a few more opportunities. These are just ones that I've targeted as my favorites based on a lot of the searching around that I've gone through over the last 6 months. So I wanted to definitely kind of give you a little inside track for any of you that are looking to make the move out here. I do think there are a lot of positives with some of these communities. So if you have any questions or concerns, that's what we're here for. Make sure to reach out to us. We'll leave our contact info on screen. And then I'm going to leave another video here in the top corner of a tour of another community. Check out some of our tours. That could help guide you in the right direction as well. Until the next video, we'll catch you later.